Yeah, I learned a lot in 2016. Some don't see the cost just to chase dreams. Half of y'all never want to struggle, but still expect the beauty this amazing grind brings. That's jaded, me, I took a leap. No school, I'm in this without a single guarantee. No fallback, no backup plan. Mama said get a plan B, just to know I'm not that man, so I'ma get it. No other option in my system. Now I'm up next. Remember when no one would listen? From that kid they picked on back in middle school, like every day, to the man of the year in my state in every way. I worked hard until my craft bloomed. Called exactly where I am now, like last June. Words mean nothing but these stats do. Read it on my tattoo. Beauty in the struggle, I got everything they lack. Ooh. Ignorance is bliss. I don't wanna know my future. Cause if I knew I'd blow, I probably wouldn't work as hard. Maybe this could be the death of me. Giving in my all until there's nothing left of me. Trusting what's ahead, I wanna live for everything. Pray to God my family never has to see a rest in peace. Yeah, I'll never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. So I die a legend. So I die a legend. They said my sound was never mainstream, but people in my inbox said, Justin, you saved me from dark depression to those suicidal thoughts I was looking for and out until your music came across. Now my life has changed. I just feel like I relate to every lyric that goes on that page. And even if you never read this, I just hope you know, without your music, my life, it wouldn't have been the same. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss. I don't wanna know my future. Cause if I knew I'd blow, I probably wouldn't work as hard. Maybe this could be the death of me. Giving in my all until there's nothing left of me. Trusting what's ahead, I wanna live for everything. Pray to God my family never has to see a rest in peace. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Today we're going to cover a lot of cool stuff. Let me turn this up just a tad. There we go. We're going to cover a lot of cool stuff today, specifically in terms of, yes, we're still in a bull market, and I have the opinion that we're going to see an not like an alt season, but an alt session this summer. I'm just going to take this off. The audio is messing me up. So, first things first. What's up, Riddick? Sorry, I can't read today. Dorian, what's up? Steezy, what's up? Yasser, hope you got better. So, okay, this is going to sound crazy. So I feel like way better. It's usually just like a weak thing. It's either like a cold or RSV. It starts up here and ends in my lungs. So like all this gets stuffed and congested, and then my lungs get congested. So confident all up now. It's going good. Dude, but get this. I lost 8 pounds between literally today and last Monday, which I'll be honest, like a lot of it, yes, is being sick, but also like once I saw I was down like 3 or 4 pounds, I actually just kept going with it. Not that I'm like overweight, but I'd like to see how low I can get my body fat percentage. Obviously do it in a good way, but with being sick, that definitely accelerated it. I'm down 7 pounds. So I'm going to have a big plate of pasta tonight, but pretty amazing how much weight you can lose by being sick and doing like light exercise on top of it. Plus, I've cut like cream and a lot of cheese out of my diet. I still eat them, but not as much. They're great, but just super high in calorie. Anyways, let's get into the good stuff. So, I'm going to start today off as we always do with SPX. I think we bounced. I think we found support here, right? Support at 49.50, wherever we touched last. What was that, 49.50? The biggest takeaway, and I'm not going to spend too much time on equities and stuff today, guys. We went from 79 to 53 RSI. Full correction. Now we're probably going to bull flag and break out again. A lot of this writing is from the private analysis this morning. If you want access to that, go check out Patreon. But anyways, probably going to make some kind of bull flag and break out. Right? I don't think we're just going to zoom back upwards. That's usually not how it goes. But everything looks really, really good to continue moving. And I think crypto's ahead of stocks. I think crypto corrected first, bounced last week. Last week, stocks corrected and are bouncing this week. So ultimately, crypto going higher. Crypto's kind of leading the market, leading the direction as risk normally does. But really, really, really good to see. DXY. So the dollar is now rejecting 107 again. I'd like to see 104 lost and then head back down in the hundreds. There's not really a lot to talk about here, guys. We're just ranging. And it makes 100 complete, perfect, obvious sense that this would pump as the SPX dumps, right? And on top of that note, I just want to be very clear here. There is nothing bearish going on here. We have no bearish divergences, no issues. The fundamentals are still very, very bullish. I never really understood why everyone was so bearish the last couple weeks. Yes, we got a correction. Yes, it looked kind of ugly for a minute. But ultimately, guys, it was needed. We had 6 months of straight up. And I tried to have these live streams where I came in and said, hey, stop doing whatever emotional bullshit you're doing right now and focus. Right? Focus and zoom out. This correction's needed. I mean, if you look at Bitcoin, it pumped 100%. 100% from 38 all the way to 74. Sorry, it's like 97% or whatever, regardless. Insane move upwards. We corrected, I don't even think we corrected 20%. We corrected just below 20%. If you were to tell me, hey, Bitcoin's up 100%, it corrected 20%, I'd tell you it's probably going to continue going up. Corrections are normal and needed in every market environment, even when you're going up, even when you're going down. Yep, typical any type of viral infection, RSV. Loss of appetite. Yeah. No, I mean, it was kind of cool weighing in today. And I was like, so I was 178 literally a week ago. And I was 171 or like 170.5, something like that. And I was like, holy shit, I'm down so much weight. It's awesome. DXY daily RSI is peaking. SPX looks bottoming. Bitcoin daily RSI looking bullish. I mean, you're right on the money there, dude. You're the first person other than myself and maybe 2 other people on Twitter that's seeing the confluence between all of these charts. Your mic is a bit hot. Okay, let's try and make it a little bit less. Hopefully that helps. This mic, when I move out of here, I'm going to spend a ridiculous amount of money on a new computer, new audio setup. I'm just too lazy. Because of COVID, you lost 12 kilograms? Jeez. What is that like? 1 kilogram is like 2.5 or 1.5 pounds, right? Like 1.7 something pounds? That's crazy. Sorry, I'm looking this up. 2.2 pounds for 1 kilogram. That's crazy. Can we see Bitcoin below 60K before the all-time? I don't think so. And we'll get into that in a minute. I'm going to skip over total for now and just go with Tether and then Bitcoin, and then we'll talk about alts. So again, guys, more confluence. And with Super Synapse's statement there, all Tether did was breakdown and retest. All this is breakdown, retest, continuation. Again, I never understood why everyone was so bearish. We needed this correction. And I know everyone's like, oh, the Iran conflict with all this. And guys, we already knew that, we knew that was going to happen. We knew Iran was going to attack Israel. Just like everybody knew and the market knew Russia was going to invade Ukraine. After that invasion, we pumped 40%. It was crazy. Do you have any thoughts on Bitcoin miners? Not really. It's not that I don't care what the miners are doing, but I'm not really. For me, I look at charts. I try not to look at fundamentals too much. Or sectors like crypto or AI. So I am looking at AI. I think AI's got a lot of room to grow. I think AI is basically going to do what gaming did last cycle and just absolutely pop off. And we're going to cover that as well. I've got a couple AI coins that look absolutely stellar. So next with Bitcoin. Guys, RSI, 89 all the way down to 70. That's a 20-point correction. There is nothing bearish on this weekly chart at all. There's no reason to panic. Because at this point, yes, we didn't make a bullish divergence, but what if we just do something like this, right? See another 100% move and then another 20% correction. I mean, with this correction, this should land us somewhere in the 100Ks. Now, my only issue is, and this is forward-looking, I know, what if we get to 110K and do this? Now we're creating divergences. Now we need to look to possibly take some profits, take some money off the table, even if we go higher. Ultimately, I'm looking for a 10X on my whole entire long-term portfolio. If it happens, awesome. But once I start seeing reasons to sell, I'm going to sell regardless of that 10X or not. So at the daily, so here's my biggest thing. Someone just came in here and said, if we close above 65K, we're looking at, a great opportunity, probably the bottom. I don't think we're going to go straight to all-time highs. I think we could still range a little bit in here. But this was looking like a double top. Now it's completely invalidated with this candle. We just broke back above resistance going into close. Unless we nuke in the next couple hours, everything looks great. Daily RSI really supports your lines on that weekly. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, there's so much bullish confluence on every single chart. And if I just wrote down a little list and just put bull, you could put DXY resistance. You could put Tether at resistance. Everything has bounced at support. So SPX, Bitcoin, a lot of alts have bullish divergences. Total has bottomed at support with bullish divergences. All the total charts for that matter. Bitcoin, again, holding support, bullish divergences. I mean, there's so many reasons to be bullish, but for whatever reason, you're going to have those people that listen to all the doomers on Twitter. Don't know why. But a couple things to note. My original chart, and if I can find it, I know it's on Twitter. I originally said, hey, we're probably going to dip into here, get into that intersection, cross and back to bullish. We're probably going to get some kind of bullish divergences that form between some of these supports. Excuse me, it's this support here. But regardless, we're seeing all that. We have these bullish divergences going into support. RSI is corrected on the weekly and the daily. Volume's not that strong here, but you want to see a lot of volume when we break that upper resistance. Otherwise, we're just ranging. I've also pointed out for several weeks on end, price is going sideways or down with volume going down. That is bullish. That's a bull flag. We're making bullish price action. We have bullish divergences. We have bullish confluence between multiple different charts. Everything is screaming bullish. And I really, really hope, what was it, like a week or two ago, when I did the kind of emergency live stream and said, do not sell anything. Stop this emotional garbage. If you're being emotional, stop looking at your chart. Stop looking at everything. Just stop. This is a normal correction. And now you're seeing it firsthand. If you did sell, take this as a learning lesson, right? Don't make that same mistake in the past. Zoom out, look at your higher time frames, and don't go to YouTube and Twitter and look for answers because you're not going to find them. A lot of these analysts on Twitter and on YouTube, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Don't listen to them. But let's look at the 4 hour. So not a lot going on here. Again, my issue is this volume. Do we do something like this where we retest this prior kind of resistance as newfound support, right? We saw it support here. Will we do it again here? Maybe get some kind of reversal pattern here. That'd be great. But ultimately, I'm not getting clarity on the lower time frame. So I haven't taken a long, right? I'm not going to, now I will say I've longed a lot of spot positions over the last couple of weeks. I bought a lot of Tau. I've bought some CRV today. And why? Because they're already at range lows. Some of these are at range lows. Some of these, like Tau and ICP and Link, have bullish divergences on their weekly charts. If you look at Link, same thing, bullish divergence on those weekly charts. These are the coins you should be looking at to buy, right? Everyone's so focused on memes and making 100Xs. This is how you make money, not only in the long term, but just money in crypto overall. This retest is what I got drawn on my charts. Yeah, I'm hoping it comes into fruition. We'll see. I'm not liking the volume at the moment. Price is pushing up, volume's moving down. I wouldn't say RSI looks bad yet, but likely going to do something like this over the coming days. Right, let's look at IBIT, and then we'll get into why I believe alt season is, not necessarily alt season, but an altcoin session is right around the corner. So a couple of things with IBIT. We're making those, again, bullish divergences between these two support levels, ultimately making a bull flag. Now, I want you to know here that there is a good chance, excuse me 1 second, there is a good chance, where my chat bar just disappeared. Okay, there is a great chance that we continue ranging for months on end, right? We could continue this range and then break out. So I don't want you guys to think that we're just going to move to 70 and 100K tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen, and primarily because of this. Bitcoin dominance, and we're going to go through this very simply. There's 3 things that we need to look at right now. And they're, 1, the timing of altcoins. Altcoins, and I'm going to write this down on Bitcoin dominance's chart. So 1, alt timing. In the past, I guess historically, altcoins have pumped in the summer, right? So we're going to put summer. I don't know what it is about the summer, but altcoins move in the summer. They usually get liquidity back from Bitcoin in the summer. It doesn't mean that we're going into alt season. It just means that there's going to be a lot of altcoins that do very well. Again, ICP, Link, Tau, Crow, a lot of these coins that have bullish divergences on their weekly charts, those are what's going to take off and do very well. 2, what is Bitcoin dominance doing? And the biggest thing here, we have bearish divergences on RSI. We have higher highs and lower highs. If we close below 40 or 54%, what are you looking at here, right? You're looking at a deviated breakdown, right? And it'll probably move up over the next year, right? Bitcoin will probably take over once again. But during the summer, And even if we just do, trying to line it up and go into 2025 and break out more, this is what's going to cause your alt session, again, I don't want to say alt season. Could it be alt season? Maybe. Could we be running towards the end of the bull run? Possibly. But again, we're looking to grant alts some liquidity and bring alts up. And again, that happens in the summer. So what are we getting into? Next month is May, then June. Usually starts in July or August. So what's the third thing? You've got ETH to Bitcoin. What is ETH to Bitcoin doing? So a couple things here. One, I know it looks like shit right now, and I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but if this can reclaim our support range, right? If we can reclaim 0.54, again, that's more confluence for altcoins to lift off, right? So amongst that, and let's go back to our Bitcoin dominance chart. So we have all of these three things. Now I will say this is not lining up so well, so we're going to add a fourth. I know I'm drawing on the chart here. My apologies. We'll just put number 4 down here. I think I'll just leave that for now. So what's the fourth thing? Fourth thing is, how do alts look? I'm just going to put alts. How do alts look? Again, a lot of these alts, you go to link, bullish divergences, right? Between these ports on RSI and support. You look at ICP. And again, I'm not going to go through every single altcoin. I'm just going to show examples. You guys can find them on your own. But what do you have here? Bullish divergences as we're creating higher lows. You look at Tau. Tau is, again, my big AI play. This is the horse I'm riding to the end of the bull run. You have bullish divergences between these two lows on price. I believe Crow does not have them. Let's see what else has. Try and find one more example. EOS kind of has them, not really. Filecoin kind of has them. Between these two lows, again, you're looking at bullish divergence. So if you want to know what alts to get in, or if you're looking to alts to trade, that's what you need to get into. Don't bother with all this meme coin garbage. It's not time yet. What you should be looking for is a bullish looking weekly chart on usually a mid cap or large cap, larger cap altcoin. That maybe you'll make a 5 to 10x from here, but that's still really good money. Pretty interesting iShares. Yeah, the iBit. Yeah, it's now unfortunately you can't really look at it really below a daily. I struggle to even look at the daily. The 4-hour looks fantastic though. But yeah, guys, it's coming. I'm telling you, alts are going to send this summer. That's great. I just cut my face. Alts should send this summer. Awesome. So, I don't really have anything else to add. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them down. Am I bullish on Ethereum? Yes. Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin for the last 5 years. I own a bunch of Ethereum. Hold on one moment. Damn, I hate this mic so much. Just cut my face. So, you guys go ahead and ask questions. Really, the whole point of today was just to regain your confidence, look at higher time frame, and prepare you for a potential alt run. Now, with all of this analysis, it's not guaranteed. Obviously, take your risk measures and use your risk metrics. But prepare yourself, and don't be the person that's like, wow, alts are pumping. I had no idea. Well, the stars are kind of aligning right now, and you need to be prepared for that. Guys, you guys are asking if I'm bullish on certain coins. I'm bullish on crypto overall. What you see on this list is everything that I'm invested in other than... Yeah, so if you're looking at my watch list, everything you see here is what I'm invested in. Could be. You mentioned you're bullish on AI. Is that mainly because of the future or because it's simply price action? It's primarily because of hype and the future. You know, AI is going to be everywhere if it's not already. But I don't know. It's kind of the same thing with gaming. Like crypto gaming went absolutely nowhere. It was mostly hype, but it pumped ridiculous. ICP, TAL, Link, CRV. I mean, they're all solid. Are there any AI coins you consider holding even if Bitcoin has a significant pullback? We just had a significant pullback and I've held all my AI coins. All this AI you see on here, like Fetch, TAL, Ajax, ICP. Sorry guys, I just cut my face open on this mic, so I'm trying to reduce blood. But yeah, I mean, we just had a significant pullback and I held all of them. Right, I've held TAL since $105. This is where I bought. I bought kind of on the way up, kind of on the way down. I've bought little bits and pieces on the way down again. I mean, held it all. What is the AI use case in in crypto? Google it. I mean, I'm sure there's a ridiculous amount of use cases. Just Google them. I wish I had a clear-cut answer for you, but there are so many use cases. And there's also so many use cases we haven't even discovered yet. I had bought Injective at 20 for the long term and sold at 27 because I thought I'd buy it again lower than 20, but now I'm afraid that it'll never come lower to like 20, and now I'm sitting with a bag in hand. I'm sorry to hear that. Why don't you help yourself to that cut and come back to us a little later? Well, I would, but I'm going to go smoke cigars with my grandfather in the hot tub. So, hell no, man. I'm a warrior, dude. I go to jiu-jitsu 5 days a week. I fucking cut the shit out of my elbow earlier today, and it was just fucking bleeding everywhere. Like, patched it up real quick, went right back out. Plus, the blood's probably not even noticeable. I'm just trying to stop it from bleeding, and it's already stopped. Do I have any other sources of income besides trading? I mean, I guess you could consider like if you consider like the exchange partnerships income that are outside of trading, then yes. Or like the Patreon stuff, then yes, like those are other sources of income. But outside of trading, I do a lot of different types of investing. Like I do a lot of multifamily, like real estate investing. I do angel investing. I have money that's been rotated in bonds and money market firms, or money market funds. So, like, you put $500,000 into a 5% money market fund, you make 25 grand. So, some of those accounts that I have, they just kind of pay the bills for the year. Like for example, I have $500,000 in a money market fund. It's at 5.25%. You do the math, it's like 25 grand, right? After taxes, it's like, what is that, like 22,000? That pays rent, utilities, and like insurance and all that shit. So I wouldn't say I'm a conservative investor, but I live my life. So I live without stress, man. Like we're working on buying a big house and back in Florida again, trying to do it patiently. I also just dumped a bunch of money into a real estate project, so I'm just trying to figure it out still on what we want to do. This is also the least favorable housing market in human history. So I know you hold Crow. What's your price target for Crow? I don't really have a price target. It's whenever I start seeing distribution. Especially since we wrapped up tax season, do you ever try to get long-term gains in crypto? Yeah. So I'll answer this question, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So just so you guys know, and I'm going to use this as a visual, I bought Bitcoin and was extremely public about buying Bitcoin in this square. The reason for doing that, right? I put about $100,000 into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Link, BNB, ICP, AGIX, Sol. Now it's about 200,000 because I've bought other shit. Like when Tau came up, I bought like $40,000 a Tau or $50,000 a Tau down here. Bought a bunch of Digibyte. I bought more CRV. I've bought bits and pieces. Now it's about 200,000 worth of holding. The reason I did that is to, one, take advantage of the bull run. You will never outtrade the market, ever, even if we're in an up-only market. So with that said, there's a couple advantages. One, yes, there are pullbacks and whatnot, and there's always an opportunity you can outtrade it, but you're usually not going to. But the key here is I've absorbed all of this. All of this I've absorbed. Let's say we go to 180K. Let's say I decide to sell there. Okay, let's say the market goes like 220. That is where it tops, right? Bitcoin just goes to 220 or whatever, 250, and I sell here. Well, one, my average is like 20,000, 21,000. Just made an 8x, 9x, whatever. So not only did I make a 9x by literally just pressing buy once a week for a year, and I'll be real with you, I just programmed an exchange to buy a certain amount of Bitcoin every Monday at noon for like 55 weeks or whatever that range was. Once we broke 25K, I stopped buying. Okay, and now let's look at something like Tau, for example. Let's say Tau over the next year, let's just say it goes to like 3,000. I have no idea what it'll go to. Let's just say it goes to 3,000 over the next year. Okay, the majority of my holdings are about $100 to $150. I would say my average after adding at like 400 and 550, it's probably like 230. Okay, so what's that if I sell at 3K, right? 1,100 or 1,100, almost 1,200%. That's crazy, right? You put what, like, I don't know, like fucking 10 grand into that? That's crazy. So 12x. And again, the reason for that is so that when I pay my taxes, and let's say at the end of this run, I cash out, let's say I make $3 million, right? For those of you that pay your taxes, you're going to pay a shit ton in taxes on that. You're going to pay up 40% on that in taxes. If this is a long-term investment and 40% of, what is that, 3 million? That's what, like $1.2 million, right? Let me just do some math real quick. Pretty sure it's $1.2 million. Wow, I got it right. It's $1.2 million. So I'm going to pay $1.2 million in taxes. That leaves me with $1.8 million walking away from this bull run. Is that a lot of money? Yeah, it's a lot of money. But if I walk away with $3 million, and this is a long-term capital gain, I pay 20% max in taxes in the U.S. Right? What's 20%? That's $600K. That leaves. Now I get to keep $2.4 million. Right? That $600K could go into a house. It could go into a fucking Lamborghini if I want to. Not that I get a Lamborghini. Honestly, I'm kind of an Audi guy. I've been eyeing an R8 for the last year. Regardless, that's a significant more money. I could take that money and invest it. I could take that extra $600,000 and put it in a government bond or a money market fund and make $30,000 a year from that. That's crazy. Yeah, and this is what I've been trying to convince Super Synapse. So I trade for a crypto hedge fund, and we've kind of adjusted our strategy a bit. And I said, hey, we're trading with multi-millions of dollars. Let's say we 10x this money, right? Let's just throw it all in spot. Let's just buy the next correction, throw it in spot. If we get a 10x on our investment, excuse me, I'm not bleeding anymore. That's a good sign. If we get a 10x on our investment and we pay 20% in taxes, you're talking about the difference between, $2 to $4 million in taxes, maybe even more than that. Let's say we walk away with $40 million, which would be crazy. Let's be more realistic. Let's say 20 million. So we walk away with 20 million. A 40% tax on $20 million is $5 million. Believe. Oh, excuse me. $8 million. Look at that. Sorry, the sick brain. You're paying $8 million in taxes. If you get 20%, right? You're paying $4 million in taxes. You have an extra $4 million if you take long-term capital gains, right? If you just hold and stop being a little bitch and stop looking at the 15-minute time frame. This is why I have multiple strategies and multiple ways I invest. Yes, I trade. I don't want you guys to think that I don't trade. I do trade. I do swing trade. But I'll admit to you right now, a majority of my portfolio is in long-term spot holding. And I'm not planning to sell it anytime soon. Not until I see the weekly give me signals to sell. What government doing in our investment of crypto? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean like the 1% proposal if you have more than $500,000 of Bitcoin? Yeah, that'll never pass. Canada just got crazy with capital gains. Dude, that country is going to shit. All I hear are negative things now. Granted, I've been to Canada before, but I've never lived in Canada. So, I don't want to talk too much shit because you guys live there. I don't. But all I hear about I just hear negative all the time. I mean, I'm sure it's what you guys get from the U.S. too. So, I guess we both suck. Yeah, taxes do suck, but if you can reduce your taxes, it's a game changer. Right? That's why I stressed between, 25 and 15K, take spot positions, hold them for a year. You will pay significantly less in taxes. It's significantly less work. And on top of all of that, you're going to come out way richer, right? Way richer. You're never going to outtrade this market. Now, with that said, you should still be having a trading account. So if you split your account, say you have a $100,000. At first I had about 30% or 30K in spot. Say this is spot. And this is just trading. So I left 70K trading. Slowly, little by little, I've been moving this over here. They're about 60% to 40%. Again, I don't have 100K in my trading account. I have way more than that. But it's been slowly moving over. And again, it's been risk savvy. I'm in a very good place. But ultimately, guys, the long-term capital gains are where it's fucking at. I'm seeing a ton of grocery posts on Twitter about Canada. Yeah, I'm seeing those, but people are buying like garbage food. Like, just buy a 10-pound bag of rice, buy chicken, and buy like tortillas, dude. You won't spend any money. Like, I think a lot of people are buying a lot of like things out of convenience. Like groceries, yeah, I know they're a little bit more expensive, but like adjust. You don't need to buy like all this crazy shit. Just learn how to cook. You'll make better food and it'll be better for you. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully I answered, the most of your questions and you guys got clarity. All that said, thank you to Coincatch for sponsoring the stream. You get 15% off fees for life if you use my referral link.